Hello, this is McD the Beast, and this is McD Sports 4 coming to you today with my Week 3 college football predictions. I believe that Week 3 is going to be very interesting. Some teams start conference play. We're going to see how a lot of these teams do. Before I get started, we did have a game today only because it got rescheduled because of the Hurricane Florence, which also canceled some games which I really don't like. Some of those games being canceled. But Coastal Carolina actually went on the road against an FCS opponent, Campbell, and went 58-21. Good win for Coastal Carolina. Glad they were able to get their game in. Didn't watch any of this game, but good win for Coastal Carolina. But now let's start picking our games. Several weather changes. There were only supposed to be 2 games on Thursday. Now there's 3. Old Dominion and Charlotte moved their game to Thursday because of the hurricane, and Boston College and Wake Forest moved their game up a few hours because of the hurricane. So let's pick this Old Dominion Charlotte game. First game for the first conference game for Charlotte, home game. And Old Dominion, they already played the conference game. Old Dominion is a 1.5 point favorite, but I'm going with the upset on this one. I'm picking Charlotte to win this one, 28-27, a 1 point win for Charlotte, and they're going to go off to a good start in conference play. Next game, Boston College versus Wake Forest. I will be watching this game. Boston College is a 4.5 point favorite on the road. Wake Forest is a decent team, but I'm going Boston College. I am really impressed with Boston College. I think they cover. I think Boston College is going to win this one, 38-31. Tennessee Tech, Utah State. Utah State's going to beat the FCS opponent of Tennessee Tech, in my opinion, 49-14. Now to the Friday game, Georgia State versus Memphis. There will be a recap for this game because I will be watching it. Same thing with the Thursday games. Even though I might merge those games and the NFL game together, wait and see. But I think Memphis beats Georgia State. I think they beat them big, rebounding off the loss against Navy, and I think Memphis wins this one. Let's say 49-10. Now to the Saturday games. Georgia Southern goes up against number 2 Clemson. Clemson's a 33-point favorite. And I think they're going to cover, and I think they're going to win this one. I'm going to say they go ahead and win this one 49-7. Number 5 Oklahoma goes on the road against Iowa State. I expect this one to actually be kind of close. I expect Iowa State to cover, but I think Oklahoma is going to beat them. I'm going to say Oklahoma goes ahead and beats them 49-35. I think you're going to see some cracks in the Oklahoma defense this week. Number 11, Penn State takes on Kent State at home. Penn State's a 35-point favorite. And I'm going to say that Kent State covers. But I have Penn State obviously winning. And I have Penn State winning this one 52-28. Number 21, Miami goes on the road against Toledo. Probably one of the best teams in the MAC. Miami's going to win this game. And I think they're going to cover. I'm pretty confident that they're going to cover. I'm going to say Miami's going to win this one 31-18. Next one is Rhode Island, the FCS opponent versus UConn, American team. I'm going to say the FCS opponent pulls the upset here and beats UConn in a tight game, 19-17. Hawaii goes on the road against Army. Army's a 6.5 point favorite. We haven't really seen Hawaii really play anybody yet, so this is going to be interesting. I'm picking Army to win this one. I think they will cover. I have Army winning this one 48-40. Next game is Florida State versus Syracuse. Can't wait for this one. Why? Because I'm picking the upset. Syracuse is going to beat Florida State. Florida State's a 3-point favorite. I don't care. Give me Syracuse in this one 24-22. Troy goes on the road against Nebraska. Nebraska is hoping to get that first win under Scott Frost. I think they will, but I think Troy's going to cover in this one, as I have Nebraska winning this game 31-25. Rutgers goes on the road against Kansas. Kansas is favored by 2.5 points. I don't care. I'm going Rutgers. Give me Rutgers in this one, 45-31. I think Kansas last week was an aberration. Ball State goes on the road against Indiana. Indiana's a 14.5 point favorite. Give me Indiana to win this one as well. Let's say Indiana wins this one 36-20. Temple goes on the road against Maryland. Temple has not proven anything to me this year. My Terps have been really good this year. I'm going to say we continue that trend. I do think Temple covers though. I'm going to say Maryland wins this one 42-27. Next game is Murray State versus Kentucky. Give me Kentucky against the FCS opponent 38-12. UTEP goes ahead against Tennessee. Tennessee is a 30.5 point favorite. Give me Tennessee to win this one, and give me Tennessee cover. I think Tennessee beats the crap out of UTEP. I'm going to say they put up 60 plus on them, as I think they're going to beat UTEP 63-10. Next game is Georgia Tech versus Pittsburgh. Georgia Tech's a 4.5 point favorite. I'm going with the upset opening game for ACC play for both of these teams. Give me Pittsburgh in this one to win 27-24. Next game is Tulane versus UAB. UAB is the home team. I went back and forth with this one. Give me Tulane to win this one 38-28. Next game is UC Davis versus number 9 Stanford. No running back Bryce Love. No Bryce Love for Stanford. Won't matter. Stanford's going to win this one 42-17. Next game, Vanderbilt versus number 8 Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 13.5 point favorite. Notre Dame's going to win this one. Vanderbilt's going to cover. I have this game 24-19 Notre Dame. I think I'm not sold on Notre Dame after last week's performance against Ball State. And I think Vanderbilt's underrated. Next game, BYU versus number 6 Wisconsin. Wisconsin's a 21.5 point favorite. I think Wisconsin wins this one. They don't cover, as I'm going to have Wisconsin winning this one 30-10. Big game here, probably the biggest game of the week. Number 12 LSU going up against number 7 Auburn. I don't know what college game day is. I'm assuming it might be in Oklahoma State, Auburn, or maybe even Oregon or somewhere. Not Oregon. I don't know where they are. I'm assuming Auburn or Oklahoma State. I don't know. But anyways, Auburn's a 10.5 point favorite against LSU. Auburn will win this game, especially at home. They will not cover though, as I have Auburn winning this one 20-14. Next game, number 17 Boise State versus number 24 Oklahoma State. Gonna have to be flipping back the channels on this on that afternoon. Oklahoma State is a 2.5 point favorite. Usually I go with the home team if it's 2 ranked opponents. And I'm going to say this right now. I'm doing that. I'm not confident about it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Oklahoma State gets by. They're going to cover, kick with a late field goal. Give me Oklahoma State to win this one. Let's say 34-31. Next game is SMU versus number 19 Michigan. Michigan's a 36 point favorite. Michigan will win, but they won't cover, as I have Michigan winning this one 45-17. Next game, South Florida versus Illinois. South Florida's a 10 point favorite. This is a neutral site game at Soldier Field in Chicago. I think South Florida's gonna win this one. I do think they won't cover though. I don't think they will. I have South Florida winning this game 33-28. Next game is Duke versus Baylor. Excuse me. Baylor's a 6 point favorite, but I'm going the upset. I'm picking Duke in this one. I mean I have to. I'm picking Duke to win this one 31-24. I just feel like Duke's a much better team than Baylor this year. Lehigh versus Navy. Give me Navy in this one 38-7. Central Michigan against Northern Illinois. Both teams opening up in conference play. Give me Northern Illinois in this one to win 31 to 14. Next game, Miami, Ohio versus Minnesota. Give me Minnesota to win. Also give me Minnesota to cover, as I have Minnesota winning this one 28 to 13. Wofford versus Wyoming. I think Wyoming gets the win here 34 to 3. Eastern Kentucky versus Bowling Green. Give me Bowling Green in this one 31 to 17. UTSA versus Kansas State. Kansas State's a 21.5 point favorite. Give me Kansas State, and give me Kansas State to also cover in this game. I think they're going to have a big rebound game as they win this one 41 to 14. Colorado State versus Florida. Florida's a 20.5 point favorite. Give me Florida to win this one. I'm not sold on Colorado State, even though they beat Arkansas last week. I am not sold on them, so give me Florida. I do think Florida won't cover though, as I have Florida winning this one 34 to 16. Next is North Texas versus Arkansas. Give me Arkansas to win this one, but I think North Texas is covering, as I have Arkansas winning this one 30 to 27. Next game is Houston versus Texas Tech. This is kind of a big game here on Fox. Houston's a 1 point favorite, and I have a gut feeling that Texas Tech is going to win this one at home. And I'm going to say Texas Tech wins this one 43 to 41 and a 2 point win. Next is Ohio versus Virginia. Virginia's a 3.5 point favorite. Virginia's going to win and they're going to cover. And Virginia's going to go ahead and win this one 34 to 27. San Jose State versus number 20 Oregon. Oregon's going to blow out San Jose State. I'm going to say they put up 59 points and San Jose puts up 13. 59-13 Oregon. Colorado's going to play at home against New Hampshire. Give me Colorado against the FCS opponent, especially a FCS opponent that hasn't won a game yet. Give me Colorado win this one, let's say 48 to 16. Next is Idaho State versus Cal. Give me Cal to win this one 42 to 7. Bethune-Cookman versus Florida Atlantic. Give me Florida Atlantic to put up a lot of points in this one 52 to 17. Florida Atlantic. Eastern Michigan versus Buffalo. This is a very underrated game right here for the MAC. This is a big game for the MAC. I do think Buffalo's going to win at home, though, and get by Eastern Michigan. I'm going to say Buffalo goes ahead and wins this one 27 to 21. Number 1, Alabama goes on the road against Ole Miss. Ole Miss is pretty good this year. Alabama's a 21.5 point favorite. I am going Alabama in this one. I think Ole Miss definitely covers, though, for sure, in my opinion. I'm going to say Alabama goes ahead, and I think they're going to win this one 48 to 35. Next game is Texas Tech versus South Alabama. South Alabama's a 10.5 point favorite. Give me South Alabama a win, not to cover though. I don't think they'll cover. I have South Alabama winning this one 26-24. Western Michigan goes up against Delaware State. I think Western Michigan gets the win here 42 to 20. Arkansas State goes up against Tulsa. Arkansas State's a 1 point favorite. And I'm actually going to go Arkansas State to cover and win this one 34 to 32. Alabama A&M goes up against Cincinnati. Cincinnati's going to win this one, in my opinion, 34 to 7. Oregon State versus Nevada. This is going to be a good game, Oregon State versus Nevada. Nevada's a 3.5 point favorite. I think Nevada wins this one. They don't cover, and I have Nevada winning this one 42 to 40. Middle Tennessee goes up against number 3 Georgia. Georgia is a 33.5 point favorite. I think Georgia's going to cover in this one. I have Georgia winning this one 49 to 19. Actually, excuse me, no, 49 to 9. Sorry. 49-9. Louisiana goes up against number 16 Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a 33.5 point favorite. I think they'll win. And I think Mississippi State's going to actually cover in this one, as I have Mississippi State winning 56-14. Next one's UL Monroe versus Texas A&M. Texas A&M is a 26.5 point favorite. I think they're going to be looking ahead against Bama. Still have them winning, but UL Monroe will cover. I have Texas A&M winning this one 35-20. Missouri versus Purdue. This is a big game right here. Missouri's a 6 point favorite, and I think Missouri's going to win this one and cover. I have Missouri going ahead and winning this one 48-28. I don't even think it'll be close. Northern Iowa versus Iowa. Give me Iowa in this one. I have Iowa winning 38-9. UMass versus Florida International. I have Florida International is a 4 point favorite. I have them winning but not covering, as I have them winning 31-28. Akron versus Northwestern. Northwestern is a 21 point favorite. I have Northwestern winning this one, but I don't have them covering, as I have the Northwestern looking ahead against Michigan. I have them winning this one 38-27. Let's see, Western Kentucky versus Louisville. Louisville will win this game and cover, in my opinion. I think Louisville goes ahead, wins this one 45-13. The big game of the night, where I think College Game Day will be. This was the game I was thinking of. Number 4 Ohio State versus number 15 TCU. Ohio State's a 13.5 point favorite. Not only number 15 TCU will win. By the way, this game's at a neutral site in Dallas, Texas. So not only number 15 TCU will win, I think they're going to cover. I should have said that opposite way anyways. TCU's going to win this one, in my opinion, 33-31. I'm just going to go roll with TCU in this one. I think Urban Meyer not being known for Ohio State, actually playing a real opponent on national TV. I think TCU would just have enough to win this one, especially in Dallas, Texas, 33-31. Let's see, number 22 USC versus Texas. This is going to be a fun game. I'm actually going Texas in this one to cover and win. I think that Texas is going to go ahead and win this one 28-24. Let's see, the Battle of New Mexico. New Mexico versus New Mexico State. I'm going back and forth with this one, but I am going New Mexico State to get their first win of the year. I think they finally get it together, and they're going to win this one 23-19. There's no spread for that game, by the way. Eastern Washington versus Washington State. Give me Washington State to win this one 56-13. Another big game, night game. Number 10 Washington versus Utah. Washington's a 6.5 point favorite. Washington's going to go in there and win, but Utah's going to cover. I have this game 34-29 Washington. Let's see. Prairie View versus UNLV. Give me UNLV win this one 41-7. Number 23 Arizona State versus San Diego State. Another big time matchup here. Arizona State's a 5.5 point favorite. I think Arizona State's going to win, but I have San Diego State covering, as I have Arizona State winning this one only by 1 point, 31-30. Let's see what else we got here. Fresno State versus UCLA. Fresno State's a 1.5 point favorite, and I think they cover and win. And as I have Fresno State winning this one 31-27. Let's see what else we got here. One more game before I talk about the cancellation games. Southern Utah versus Arizona. Arizona's going to get the first win of the year. I think they rebound big time and win this one 42-10. Now the cancellation games. East Carolina and Virginia Tech were supposed to play a game at Blacksburg. I'm shocked this one got canceled because the way the storm's looking like now, it looks like it's not even going to really hit Virginia Tech that much, the hurricane. But it is East Carolina, so maybe they're like, oh, since East Carolina, it looks like they're going to get smoked by the storm. maybe they could just cancel it. I was gonna pick Virginia Tech to win this one, probably by 3 touchdowns or like 24 points, probably something like 41 to, I don't know, 41 to like 17, something like that. That's what I was probably gonna roll with that game. I'm just telling you what I was gonna roll with each game. Um, well, number 14 West Virginia versus NC State. I wish this game didn't get canceled. You just moved it to maybe Morgantown, or maybe to like Charlotte, North Carolina, or maybe even to like, I don't know, Baltimore, Maryland. If you want the honest truth, um, I was leaning towards picking West Virginia by a touchdown, probably 35-28, something like that. But I was really looking forward to that game, and I don't think they're going to be able to make it up. I hope they give the teams a 12th game, though, even if it's an FCS opponent, though. Same thing with this game. Number 18, UCF versus North Carolina. I hope they give both of these teams like an extra opponent, even if it's an FCS opponent. I was probably going to pick UCF to beat North Carolina on the road. Probably by 17 to 25 points, something. I'll probably have went like 42 to like 21, something like that. UCF is just much better than North Carolina. A few other games. Southern Mississippi versus Appalachian State. It looks like they are going to make this game up, which is great. I probably would have went Appalachian State to win this one 35-16, something like that. Norfolk State versus Liberty. I know they're making up this game on December 1st. I think it's great that they're making up this one. I'll probably have gone Liberty though in this one, 38-19, something like that. But I'm happy they're making this one up. And then a game that this is the first time I'm knowing of it being canceled. Marshall versus South Carolina. I think South Carolina were like 13-point favorites. Once again, I hope they give these teams, even if it's an FCS opponent, just give them somebody, because I'm telling you, some of these teams are going to need it for the resume. I was probably going to pick South Carolina to win, but Marshall cover that 13.5-point spread. I was probably going to pick South Carolina and win this one like 31-21, something like that. So that's what I was probably going to do. I'm disappointed that these games are canceled, because in my opinion, you should just play football through every type of weather, unless it's thundering and lightning in the area. Of course, you don't want that, but I am disappointed about some of those games probably getting made up. I'm hoping they give those teams an FCS opponent though to play at least. I am the ones that are canceled, but that's just my opinion. Or what they should have done is maybe move those games up to like Wednesday, or maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I'm done talking about it. Those are my week 3 football predictions. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. And this is McD the Beast signing off.